Welcome back, guys. I trust you've been staying safe. Now, when the escape of suspected Kenyan serial killer Collins Jumasi Khalusha came out, I was like, nah, this story sounds very fishy. Because this is a guy who is currently in court, charged with being responsible for taking the lives of over 40 women in a space of 2 years, with his wife being part of those number of women. And this guy is being held in a police station called Gigiri Police Station in Kenya. And by some strange means, this guy is able to escape from the police custody in the company of 12 other people. And I was like, no, this doesn't sound right. If for anything, this guy probably is one of the most crucially determinant criminals with regards to the gravity of his crimes in Africa. There is no way the security around this guy should be that loose such that he could escape with such ease. I saw a photo of the metal thing that they said he and the people cut, and they went through and scaled over a wall. And I was like, no. Even a college institution would have better security than what these police people are saying. Is it that the police is under-resourced, or the story is just fishy as it seems? And guess what? Information surfacing via a newspaper called The Daily Nation is suggesting that Collins Jumasi Khalusha and the 12 other detainees who escaped were actually released by the police officers who were actually charged with the responsibility of making sure that they are actually in jail. Yeah, I'm sure you don't get it. I'm sure you're probably like, what is going on here? How can the same police officers supposed to keep this guy in custody ending up releasing this guy? Yeah, I had the same question, so I dug further. And per the report, it is alleged that there was a bribery in the mix. Apparently, the 12 other detainees who are Eritreans were in custody for illegally immigrating into Kenya as a country. And by virtue of that, they had been arrested and they were being detained. Now, during their detention, per the report, it's alleged that they paid a bribe to the police officers who were on duty overseeing their custody. And as is expected among corrupt officials, the money is actually supposed to be shared equally, or let me say equitably. But it will turn out that some of the police officials who had gotten their cut from the booty would later find out that some of their colleagues who brought their cut to them had actually cheated them by taking a higher proportion of the bribe that was allegedly paid by these 12 Eritreans. So, to retaliate, they therefore decided that they were going to pay their colleague police officers back by also releasing Collins Jumasi Khalusha, with the consequence of a mutually assured distraction for all of them as police officers on duty at the Gigiri police station. And this is how far corruption can take a security agency. Because per the reports, they decided that, okay, if you guys took bribes from these 12 Eritreans and you let them go and you give us a small cut, trying to fool us that you had shared it equitably, we will not sit by for you to make a fool of us. We are going to blow this case wide open for everybody to see what is going on here by releasing the one guy in our custody who is currently in court, charged with taking the lives of over 44 women, including his own wife. And definitely, that is going to bring heat on all of us. So it's a mutually assured distraction. And as it stands now, that is exactly the consequence that has befallen these officers. They have been sent to court. They have been granted bail. and investigations are ongoing. So it turns out that per this, then it means that the whole story that they peddled, that they went and then they saw that they had cut a part of some metal casing and they had passed through and scaled over the wall of the police station and escaped, it doesn't add up. Per this, does it therefore mean that the police forged everything? Or per this, does it rather mean that the police created this escape route for these guys to use and escape custody? Or is something else? Because there are even eyewitnesses, or at least an eyewitness, who is alleged to be claiming that Collins Jumasi Khalusha and the 12 Eritreans literally walked out of the front door of the police station. This is a very familiar outcome because I remember the case of Margaret Imbitu. I covered this case on this channel where the suspect took Margaret's life in the US and absconded to a country in Africa. And the police in the US tracked him down. They got him arrested. He was detained here whilst the case was in court in Africa. And he also managed to find a way to walk out of the front door of the police station. So it's becoming like some police officials are just in it for the money. And for the right amount, they will literally open the doors for anybody to walk out. And I think that is very worrying because at best, the police are supposed to be our friends. And at worst, the police are supposed to just do their jobs. So if we begin to have a police force that is so money conscious at the expense of the security of the general public, I think that it's a cause for a lot of concern because, mind you, this guy is accused of taking the lives of over 40 women. And Collins Jumasi Khalusha, if he's actually guilty of what he's been accused of, might want some form of payback on the people who are coming together to make this case against him. And if you set this guy free, you are literally putting a target or a possible target on all these people. And I just don't understand how much bribe was paid. But as is expected, there is no honor among thieves. So it's not surprising that you would see such outcomes where corrupt police officials are being corrupt again within their corruption to dupe themselves of bigger portions of a bribe they've taken from a criminal and other criminals. It just doesn't add up. What was going on in this police station? As it stands now, the police station, the Gigiri police station, is now a crime scene. It's such a shame. If this is true, it's such a shame. If this is true, it is such a big shame. I don't know where this is going to end. As it stands now, these guys are on the run. Collins Jumasi Khalusha is on the run. And a reward has been put on his head, but he could be anywhere, literally, especially with such corrupt officials around. Because if you set up a roadblock, you are going to put some of these same police officers there. And before you realize the next batch of police officers who are corrupt, he probably would have paid his way through and moved on to another location. This becomes so frustrating, and it's personally, I think that it puts the general public at a lot of risk because the police are behaving like this, then criminals are going to have a field day. And then it would mean that the citizens would be at the mercy of criminals. What do you think about this case? Is there any other thing that you know that maybe I didn't touch on, or is there an update? Just share that in the comment section. And do you think that this allegation against the police is true? If yes, let me know. If no, let me know. But at least one fact is certain, that as it stands now, Collins Jumasi Khalusha is on the run as an escaped detainee who is currently charged with the crime of murder of over 40 women, including his wife. If you are in Kenya watching this, keep an eye out. Stay safe out there. Watch our other videos, leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, share the video. Someone might be in Kenya but isn't even aware of this. Like the video and turn on post notifications. I'll catch you on the next one.